back to my channel. If you don't know who this be, it's your girl KylerB coming at you for a new video. So today we're going to be talking about Faith, the Winx Saga. Little 6-episode, season, I believe. I think it was season 1. That came out January 23rd, and it's supposed to be like a reboot of the cartoon, The Winx Club. So there was a lot of uproar. Everybody was kind of upset because the little preview of the show wasn't given as they said. See, I vaguely remember the Winx Club, so I was just like, what's going on? What are they talking about? Like, okay, I don't know. So I watched the show as it's any other show that's new that I didn't really had any, anything coming in watching the show. I wasn't, expecting anything. So there was no expectations with me watching the show. So off the bat, I would tell you that the show was pretty decent. It's not that bad. There could be a little bit more improvement, so we can see. And obviously, it has Saga in its name, so it'll be very upsetting if they made the show a saga and and they only gave you a 6-episode season. So, but yeah, let's get right into this video. I'm going to be talking about each character. So let's go. So we're talking about Terra. Terra was one of the fairies, one of the members of the Winx Club that, everybody was kind of upset that, they changed, is not the original. I think Terra is supposed to be somebody else from the Winx Club. But, Terra was okay. She's an earth fairy. She's really good with, trying to tangle people up with the vines. She's, very, she has a lot of anxiety, and she talks a lot. She talks really fast and she talks a lot. So, the scene where, her meeting Musa, and, Musa was just wearing her headphones. So she was basically kind of ignoring her, and, Terra's just trying to make friends with her, oh, hey, blah, blah, blah. And then Musa, put her headphones on, but her music wasn't playing because she heard what Aisha said. So she was like, oh, so you actually did hurt me. So she actually called her out, and I was like, oh, I didn't think she was going to call her out like that. I was like, oh. So Musa is the type of girl who just not going to take anybody's whatever. She's like, oh, so you could hurt me. The scene with her father when they locked them in the room because they that's went somewhere where they're not supposed to. I was just like, and then she told her father we would have came here faster if you hadn't had locked us in. And I was like, what? She got a point there. She got a point because you're the one who locked them in. How are you gonna tell her, oh, you should have brought him sooner? I think Sam, because Sam was dying from the. Is it the burn one? Dying from the thing from the burn ones. And I was just like, yeah, Terra had a point. Let's get into these characters. So I spoke about Terra. Now we're on to Aisha. Aisha, black skin, black girl, dark skin, black girl. She got that water bending skill. She Katara, She giving you some water bending. She's very powerful, but I think she needs to, perfect her skill. And then she'll be getting you left and right. Okay, but other than that, she's really good. I think her only flaw is when she snitched on the whole crew to Miss Dowling. I think that's her name, Miss Dowling. I forgot. No, it's not Floor. It's Miss Dowling. She snitched to Miss Dowling, Silva, and the dad, Terra's dad. So I was like, girl, come on. I was like, you were okay, and then you snitched. So I was like, okay. But I would say that the snitching did help them. They did help them out. You know, it was for their benefit, okay? So I was just like, okay, I guess we can let her live with that. Then we have Stella. Stella is the little moody rich girl who is basically the heir to Solaria because her mom's the queen. She's very mean. She's very mean. She was with Sky to find out that, you know, the burning of her best friend was an accident and not purpose because everyone was like going on with the rumor that she burned her best friend because she was messing around with Sky, and they were like trying to warn Bloom like, oh, if you mess around with Sky, Stella's gonna, since she's a light fairy, she's gonna like, make you blind. So I was like, ugh. I was like, okay. And then to find out that it was just basically she didn't know how to perfect her, like use her skills or perfect her skills, and it was basically a bad accident. It was like, and then her mom was like, just keep it up so like people can fear you. I was like, oh, okay, interesting. So that's why she's like that, because her mom puts a lot of pressure on her, especially when you meet her mom and her mom is like, don't speak when I'm speaking. Don't. And then she's like, don't speak when I'm speaking. I was like, oh. I was like, okay, yeah, okay. So, I mean, still, she came through in the end. You know, we didn't like her in the first half, but then she came through in the end. By episode like 3, 4, or 5, like 4, 5, 6, she was okay. So we let her live. We like her now. Next we have is Musa. Musa was pretty chill. I like her, but I would say I feel like her skills is gonna be even greater because right now she's a mind fairy, and she can just basically feel people's emotions and she can feel their emotions and basically kind of tell how they're feeling, basically based on their emotions. I mean, she can't read their minds, but she can tell how they're feeling. So if they're feeling like, anxious, like, or whatever, you can tell that they're lying or something like that. So that's Musa's gifts. And I would say like when Sam was like dying and she like, I couldn't do it because I had to feel when my mom died. So just like, I don't want to feel his pain. And I was like, I knew in the end she was gonna come through and try to help Sam out. So I didn't think she was gonna leave him hanging. I just think she just needed some time to gather herself and try to be like, okay, let me help. Because I was just like, I don't think they're gonna let Sam die just like that. So, because he got Sam's dad, crying like, I can't help him. I'm like, bro, dude. But this is pretty cool, pretty chill. She just needs to listen to her music. Yeah, they're saying her and Sam. I actually like her and Sam, but everyone's saying that since Musa and Riven are basically canon in the cartoon, they're trying to set them up in the series to be together, so I'm just like, bro, her and like, I hope they don't do Sam 30 because I actually like her and Sam together. So we're gonna see that. So that's Musa. Then next we have is Bloom. Bloom was irking my nerves. I mean, for good reason. Miss Girl, she had to find out the truth about her family, especially when you have Aisha with her, sounding alarms, telling her that she's a changeling right off the bat. Like, girl, Aisha. I mean, I know she wanted to tell her the truth, but like, she found out she's a changeling. Like, episode 1, she found out. Then she went to Miss Dowling, was like, okay, tell me the truth. Oh, what is changing? So I was like, girl, calm down. So then she took, when Stella gave her the ring, and then to go meet her parents, or to see if her parents are okay. And then she, lost the ring because a burn one got her. I was like, and then Stella was giving her that attitude, like, you lost my ring. I'm like, bro, you gave a new person your ring to go into danger, and you're mad at her. She almost died out there, and you're just upset because your ring is lost. And then you're like, oh, go get my ring. I'm like, bruh. Stella, like, okay, back on Blue. Yeah, so she was kind of getting me a little annoying because she was just doing anything and anything to everything to try to find out the truth about her family or where she came from. She was trusting way too many people, but then again, when she found out, like, Silva, Dowling, and the other Terra's dad was like trying to spy on the kids to find out what she knew, and she was like very, very cautious with her information. I was like, okay, you smart, because they really are trying to, take information from you. So I was like, okay. When she, got her wings, I was like, okay, cool. Okay, let me see Fire Fairy. Fire Fairy, let's go. Side note, let's go on a tangent, but Abigail Cohen, big ups to her, because she went from being like, a recurring character on Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, and then now she's basically the main role in a new series. I'm just like, big ups for her. Because, and the thing is, in the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, no shade, no tea, but she wasn't even like, she wasn't in like the main sequence. Like, even though her image is there, her name wasn't in the main title sequence. She was basically just a recurring character. When I found out that Gavin was on the main title sequence, I was like, okay, what about Abigail? Because isn't Abigail's image is already there, so all you have to do is just put her name in the title sequence. But they never did that, so I was like, okay. So big ups to her. But yeah, Bloom, she, the fact that she was trusting Beatrix about the thing, but then, like, even though Beatrix just gave you one good piece of information, like, yeah, I think it was called Ardendale, something, starts with an A, whatever, that town, where it was actually, this whole secret behind that, Silva, Sky's dad, and Dowling and Rosalind basically were trying to kill the born ones, and Dowling and Silva was like, oh no, these are actual people there, and we're killing real people. But then Rosalind kept a secret that those are not, innocent people. Those are witches, dark witches, whatever, that was taking babies for sacrifice. I was like all these half-truths that's being sent to people, because now Beatrix doesn't even know that that's not even the truth, that her family didn't die there. Beatrix probably doesn't even know that. And then Dowling didn't even know that until Bloom told her. So it's all these half-truths. And the thing is, let me go, I'm going. So now we're on Sky. Sky, he's a cool dude. Him and Bloom, cool. Riven is like this douchebag jerk type dude, which is just like, you kind of, that's his character. But, and then him and Beatrix are cool. What they did to Terra, him and Dame, and Beatrix being a part of it, what they did to Terra was whack. Shouldn't have done that at all. But then, obviously, knowing his character, especially towards the end of the season, you see him like, oh, kind of see that he's more complex than being a douchebag. And obviously, they're going to probably write more to that fact, especially if you saw, like, the last 2 episodes, he was, like, not being on par with the just being a douchebag thing. He's actually probably has more complex than anybody than you really realize. So I feel like that's what they're gonna do in the later seasons for his character. Um, yeah, Beatrix, great. She know like her little lightning thing was great. I thought her what she did to Callum, she killed Callum, and then Stella basically tried pushed her into the thing. I was like, okay, Stella, I see you because what comes around goes around. What goes around comes around. Because she killed Callum, basically used him to get into the shield place, and then Stella just pushed her in. Was like, you know, like because they were like, oh, how are we gonna get in? Stella gave her a big old knocked into the thing, basically made her paralyzed, and I think she was dying. I don't know, but whatever. But she obviously, obviously with Dane's help and Riven's help, she got back to being great. Now let's talk about Silva. The fact that Silva, he's a father figure for Sky, and then he killed Sky's father, and then at the moment of truth, like when it's like your life is on the line, and the burn ones are coming inside the school, you decide, yeah, I'm gonna tell Sky that I actually killed his father. I actually killed his father because I thought because his father was blindly listening to Rosalind and basically gonna kill innocent people. To come find out, those people weren't innocent people, and he was actually doing his duty the correct way. And to find out that Sky's father was alive, bruh. But I'm just like, when Sky was like, okay, what do you want me to do with this information? Like, I always thought my father was a hero. And now you're telling me right now that, oh no, he wasn't a hero in his last dying days. I fought him and I stabbed him and killed him. And because I thought he was doing the wrong thing. Turned out he was actually doing the right thing. And it turned out that he's actually alive. So I'm just like, bruh, that was a big plot twist, because I actually thought this man was dead, to find out. And then Sky's over here brooding and in his like mood phase because he just found out that all the things about his father is a lie, to find out that's not even the case. So like, what was the reason? Anywho, back to Bloom. Again, Bloom was over here talking to Rosalind through the little force field shield thing. She could have easily talked to Rosalind, but no. She talked to Rosalind, free Rosalind, then take Rosalind to the little stone area place that, people can use their magic and like showcase their magic or whatever. And this girl didn't put two and two together, like, yo, that thing is connected to the school. Like, obviously that's an area where you can get your magic like fortified, strong, whatever. And you thinking like, oh, she still needs to recharge. Like, Bloom, please. I'm just glad she got her wings, and it looks like her and Sky gonna be good. But it's gonna be a lot. Okay, now let's get to Dowling. She kept secrets for a reason. But, she kept secrets for a reason. She tried to do the best she can. She tried her best. At first, she seems like, she's just being mean. But obviously the way she was, trying to help Stella out when her mom, was trying to be, rude or whatever. Like, trying to, like, take over. She's like, Stella needs, more caring attention than your like authoritarian like brute force type of teaching. So at least we know that she has a heart. Like, we know Farrah Dowling has a heart. Okay, but the end thing, that was such I was like such abrupt because you have Rosalind talking. She's like Rosalind like telling Farrah like what's going on. So she was telling her like Beatrix. I was using Beatrix. Uh, Sky's dad. I don't know his real name. I don't know his first name. Sky's dad is actually alive, and for 16 years he was taking care of Beatrix. Couldn't even tell Sky that he was alive, whatever. Because I had him to take care of Beatrix. Oh wait, run that back. You had him taking care of Beatrix because when Beatrix was like awake and she's like, meet my dad, or sort of, and I was like, wait, what? And it was actually Sky's father. Wow. And then she's talking to Pharaoh. She was like, the queen's coming. I think Queen Flora, I think that's her name, it's coming, and yeah, she's gonna take over the school, and she's gonna put me in charge of the school. And Sky's father is alive, and because Terra's father is kind of afraid because he has two kids going to that school, he's gonna like keep his lips sealed, So, and then Dowling's like, I won't like stand for that, and she was like, yeah, I already know. Miss Rosalind basically used her magic, lift Farrah up, snapped her neck so abrupt, then buried her under some lilies and walked away. And I'm like, what? I was like, oh, okay, that's a little alright. And then you have all the fairies, he got Aisha, Terra, Musa, Stella, and Bloom walking back to the academy, to the school, after, having fun with Bloom's parents. And then they're seeing Sky's father, Rosalind, and Queen Flora right in their face. And I was like, oh, like, what's going on? Like, you missed a lot. Let's talk about Bloom's parents. I just thought that Bloom's mom, before finding out that she got burned by Bloom, like, even though that was wrong, if she shouldn't have gotten burned at all, those third-degree burns, but she was being a little extra, because I'm just like, you're upset because your daughter does not have friends, and then because you want your daughter to be more social and talking to you, you take the door off of her room. What? Sir? What, like, ma'am, what are you doing? Okay, so I was just like, you're doing the most, Bloom's mom. So I was like, what's going on here? I'm just can't wait to see that whole new dynamic. The fact that Sky doesn't even know that his father is alive, or he does know his father is alive, but doesn't know that his father is not a bad guy. But I think with him being on Rosalind's side, he's gonna be like, yeah, now you're a bad guy. And the fact that Silva, basically father figure, who took care of him or took him under his wing all this time, he's probably going to be more to Silva's side than his real dad's side. Maybe we might get a plot twist, we don't know. But it was actually a pretty good show. Like, those 6 episodes were pretty quick. I was like, oh, there's only 6 episodes, but I mean, it was some good information in each episode though. Want to see more of Aisha. Want to see more of Musa's powers, like, because everyone's saying that Musa powers is actually more than just, she can do more of that mind things, okay? She can do more of that. And I feel like that's pretty interesting. Yeah. If you guys want to watch it, it's on Netflix. Pretty quick to watch. Like, I started it, like, it's probably like 3 to 4 hours. It only takes like 3 to 4 hours to watch this show. And I was like, oh, it's already done. But anyway, if you like this video, like the video, comment down below, let me know your thoughts, comments, and concerns. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. Peace.